Okay, so once we have Wave Link 3.0 installed, you're going to have to set a couple of things up first. You may encounter a slightly different looking window. You may also have an Elgato microphone, so you'll come up with this window where you can customize the microphone settings and things like that. But I'll walk you through that process in a minute. Let's just start with the basics. So to begin, let's go up here and select our main output source. For me, it's going to be my headset. For you, it could be speakers, it could be AirPods, whatever you typically use to listen to all of your audio. Now, let's explain the fundamentals of how to use a routing table. You have channels and you have mixes. You can also create kind of a group of channels. Let's just try to focus on getting your PC audio playing through your headphones or your speakers, and that's going to be our first step. So to do so, you're going to want to go ahead and tap Create Channel, and you're going to see a list of all of the applications you have on your PC right now. You got Discord, Microsoft Edge, etc. For me personally, I'm actually going to go ahead and select Add an Empty Channel, and I'm going to create one called System. And this is going to grab all of my system audio that isn't currently assigned to another channel over here, and it's going to send that over to the personal mix. Now, the personal mix is what you are hearing. So let's go up here, and then we can actually go ahead and select our output sources. So for me, I want to hear things through my headset, and also I want to be able to hear things through my speakers. And you can listen to them simultaneously, or you can tap this little button right here to mute or unmute them, so you can mute your speakers and only listen to your headset, or vice versa. Then we're just going to go ahead and tap this button right here to add system audio to our output mix, which is going to be our headset. Now, if I go ahead and start playing this music, you'll notice that all the bars start changing inside of Wave Link, and that's because our audio is being sent through system, and then it's giving us the opportunity to adjust the volume inside the routing table itself rather than through each individual application. So it makes life a lot easier. Let's say we want our music blaring. We're going to have this at 100% at all times, but we want our stream to have kind of quietened down music. We're going to go ahead and add another mix, and we're going to call this one Stream Mix. We're going to find that system audio again, go over to the Stream Mix, and just turn this down. So now the stream audio is always going to be quieter than what we are hearing. Congratulations, you've now set up the very basic fundamental structure of a routing table. You've got your audio being sent from your PC to one or multiple sources at one time, and you've differentiated the audio levels between what you can hear and what your stream can hear. I want to get my gameplay going into my headset, and I personally use a capture card so that I can play my Xbox Series X, capture the footage, and then also hear that audio through my headset and send it to stream as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and create a channel, and rather than using an application like Elgato Studio or even going onto this and selecting game, you can select the source of the audio straight from here. So I personally used the Elgato 4K capture card. We're going to tap this, and it's automatically going to add my capture card as a source. Now, I want to be able to hear my gameplay. I want to be able to hear it at 100%, and then I also want to be able to send it to my stream. And again, we can turn that volume down if need be. Let's stick that at around about 85%. So now the stream hears that audio slightly quieter to what I do. To test this, what we can actually do is open the Elgato Studio app if you're using one of their capture cards, and just shuffle through the menus, and you'll be able to see those bars reacting to what we're doing. And that means your gameplay audio is being sent perfectly fine straight through to your PC. Now let's try adding a channel group. And what I mean by this is, let's say you like using a lot of sort of communicative apps like Discord, Teams. We can actually go to create a channel, go to empty channel, and then voice chat. Then we tap on this little button right here, and we can actually add individual applications to this group. So let's go ahead and add Discord and WhatsApp, for example. If an application isn't showing here, you may need to actually go ahead and find and launch the application to make it show up. But these two should do for now. And then we can go ahead and add those like so. We have it on our personal mix and our stream mix at the same time. The benefit of doing this and grouping those channels together is that we can, again, adjust them like so. Another really cool thing that you can actually do if you are talking to people on Discord and things like that, and you have access to voice focus, which is Elgato's own VST that enhances all of your audio, is you can actually apply that to other people's audio through those applications. I'll touch more on this in a minute, but essentially we can just go to add channel effects, and then we can go ahead and add voice focus right here, or even compressors and DSs and EQs to adjust how all of our friends talk in video. So now you don't have to deal with people with terrible mics, where you can upgrade all of their microphone audio for them. And then finally, I'm going to add one more channel group, and we're going to go to add empty channel, and then we're going to go to music, and then we're going to add in Spotify and VLC. And we're going to add add both of those to the personal mix and the stream mix. And again, if you don't want to send a specific source, like you don't want people being able to hear your music when you're streaming, you just tap the little X right here and then only you can hear that. And that's pretty much it. You can then go in, customize all the levels and effects and whatever else you want to do. And that's how you get all your audio going through into individual sources. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a case of learning the basics so you can then expand on it and add your own twists and your own channels and different mixes for different things. An example of how you would set this up is you would add an audio source. So we go down here, we go add audio source, and then we go to add input capture, like so. And then for device, we're going to go ahead and select stream mix, because that's what we want people to be able to hear. So now all of our audio is going to be sent straight to OBS. All of the audio levels are going to be pre-configured, and we can adjust all of these values right here using either Wave Link or even the Stream Deck. If we want to do the same for microphones and get all that audio with all the effects already applied, so we don't have to do anything inside of OBS or Discord or whatever, we just go up here, add source, audio input capture, call it whatever you want, and then we're going to go ahead and select device, and we're going to select microphones. Now, I'm not going to do this because it's going to cause some crazy echoing, but hopefully this gives you an idea of how this would work. In fact, what I'm actually going to do is switch from my normal microphone audio that's just raw going into the Stream Deck, and I'm going to switch it to the one that has all the effects applied to it. Hopefully you're going to be able to notice a bit of a difference when we switch. All right, so now we have all the VSTs, voice focus, and everything else applied. Again, it's all running through one piece of software. And let's talk about how you can get your microphone to upgrade like this and sound drastically different and hopefully drastically improved as well. So the microphone that I'm using is the Elgato Wave DX, and it's going through an XLR cable into my Stream Deck Plus dock, which is then going into my PC. Simple process, but this works the same for USB mics. You can even use lav mics or whatever you want. And this is the effect layout that I currently have. I have voice focus turned on. This is kind of hit and miss because sometimes I don't think I need voice focus, but as an example, let's turn everything off and you'll be able to hear that raw audio coming through. Now, I like to go ahead and start with a voice focus. And that basically isolates all the background noise. It makes my voice sound a little bit more prominent. And it's basically a one-tap solution to make your voice sound better if you don't want to mess around with any of these. If you're using an Elgato mic, you get voice focus included with it. If you don't have an Elgato microphone or you're not using a Elgato dock, you won't have access to voice focus straight away. However, you can go ahead and buy it from the Elgato marketplace. I'll put the link to everything down in the description. I think it's pretty worthwhile. And again, you can apply voice focus to other people through Discord and things like that. And what makes it even cooler is that you can actually apply voice focus, the VST version, to any audio when you're editing in Premiere Pro or DaVinci or Audacity. So if you've walked around at TwitchCon or something and your audio is a little bit scuffed, you can apply that VST, the voice focus effect, after recording, and it'll automatically clean up your whole audio session no matter where you are. It will isolate your voice and get rid of all that background noise in pretty much any software of your choosing. For me personally, I think that's a big enough selling point. So once I have voice focus applied, I then like to go in and add an EQ, and I'll show you my EQ settings. It's just the standard Harris Heller's dynamic microphone settings. It's a little preset you can get on the marketplace. I do need to make a custom EQ to properly suit my voice, but this is perfectly good enough for now. Then we're going to go ahead and add a de-esser. Now that is simply to get rid of the S sounds whenever you're talking. These are the settings that I use, and by all means, copy these, do whatever you want to do. Then we're going to add a compressor. These are the settings that I use, but when you open the compressor plugin, it'll automatically do a little setup for you, and that is good enough. You also have an advanced settings area. Again, I haven't got anything too fancy. I just turned the auto makeup off and just set mine to kind of a stable level, so I'm constantly at around about -3 to -1 decibels. And that's pretty much it. It is worth saying that if you're using voice focus, that is going to use a little bit of your resources on your PC. And then when you add in other VSTs, not only is it going to use additional resources, but also you may find that it starts sounding a little bit too processed. So it's like a really fine line between making your audio sound good, clean, and also, you know, removing the background noise and everything, but stay away from that over-processed feeling. That's something that I still struggle with to this day, but hopefully you can find a bit of a balance. And there's loads of great tutorials online. My advice would be to either just stick with the voice focus because it's simple, it's a one-tap solution, and you can adjust the strength. And I don't think Elgato recommends you use voice focus with VSTs, but for me personally, I kind of like how it sounds. Now, what you'll notice down here is that we can actually add in effects in real time. And this is another really cool thing that goes into the realm of streaming and content creation because I can instantly just add a reverb to my voice, and you'll notice there's this really ghostly echo. You can get all of these effects and more through the Elgato marketplace. Some are free, some are paid. They're all relatively inexpensive, and of course, you can use third-party VSTs as well. They're not just limited to what Elgato offers. Now, two things worth noting. I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but if you're using one of the newer Elgato microphones or the docks, the Mark IIs, you will automatically get some of those VSTs, those kind of effects and filters to make your voice pop the moment you plug the microphone in. There's no need to go in and add other things unless you want to. You're automatically going to get the compressors and everything else, and there will even be like one-tap setup guides to get everything sounding perfect. And this is why I love Elgato, because they try to take some of that pressure away from content creators and streamers and make it a much more straightforward process. It's also worth saying that if you want to hear all these effects applied in real time, so you can get a feel for the changes you're making, there's actually a little sound check option right here where you can select a dedicated output source separate to all this stuff up here, and you can just do a little test recording. So as you go through and you add all these effects and you make tiny minute adjustments, you can actually hear everything back in real time, which I think is, again, another really great feature of Wave Link. So there we go. That is pretty much your all-in-one guide of how to use Wave Link. In a couple of days, I'm going to have a full guide on how to set up all of this stuff, not only with Stream Deck, but also with applications like OBS, Audacity, and changing both the audio levels of what you hear alongside your microphone volume and toggling the voice effects, the reverb, and things like that with one tap of a button. And during that video, I'm going to be showcasing everything using the brand new Elgato Stream Deck Plus XL, which is an incredible device. It's got 36 different keys, so you'll never need another Stream Deck unless you're a little bit obsessed like I am. It's also got 6 individual dials, so you can go into Wave Link and you can go ahead and assign your personal mix to one dial, your stream mix to another, your microphones to another, your effects and everything else to another one. And this is everybody's dream when it comes to content creation, just having one giant platform to manage absolutely everything. Oh, and one other thing, because this is just an endless list at this point, but you can actually tap this little button right here to make a little miniature version of all of your stuff, and you can still change all the levels, move it around, stick it in a corner, put it on a different window so it's completely out of mind, and then you can open it up when you actually want to make some of those changes again. But for now, I love your faces. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. There'll be links to all the products that I use in this video, microphones, mixers, etc. Of course, thank you to Elgato for supporting everything that we do here on the channel. I love your faces. You're amazing and beautiful, and I'll catch you in the next one.